evening. Welcome to Lolita's Corner. Listen, guys, we have had 8 great podcasts with you guys this season. I am so glad that you all have supported, showed some love, asked some good questions, but most importantly, that you have gained some information that can help you in your everyday life to live on purpose for purpose. So I'm just so glad. So tonight we have a really great show. We talking money, 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 money. Right? Everybody like to talk money, but sometimes we don't like to talk about the knowledge of money. So you have to know the difference. Have a great show today. We have the lovely, lovely Sabrina Gallion on this evening. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm glad you are on tonight to cover such a topic that a lot of people sometimes we cringe when we talk money and finances. So we want to dive into it. As you're in the show, you will get the information on how to follow Sabrina. You will be able to keep up with me, guys. Listen, I will be back in the fall with Lolita's Corner. I am taking my well needed break. As you know, I always take a couple of months in between shows so we can keep giving you good information. But check it out. I'm doing a special relationship podcast for about 4 weeks in the month of April and May. Mr. Waddy and I are tag teaming to bring you back some relationship topics. So get ready. We got a couple of treats for you guys. So we are going to touch on relationship, but Lolita's Corner will be back in September. I'm going to miss you guys. So be inboxing me or emailing me some topics you think I should cover for the fall season. So welcome to the show, Sabrina. What's been up?
Everything. I'm just living, loving life.
Hey, that's the best way to do it. Listen, last time I caught up with you, honey, you was all into the multiple streams of income, right? And the financial literacy. Listen, tell me what you've been up to and tell me, here's the thing that people want to know. We say we're talking about the importance of financial literacy, but just what is financial literacy? Because I don't think some people really know.
So, financial literacy is basic financial principles that every individual needs to know. And so, these basic principles can get you through your entire life. So, these are again, uh, things such as, how to manage money, goals, prioritizing those, setting up long-term goals, and being strategies, game plan to execute those goals.
Okay, those are good. You said something key because I don't think a lot of people know how to manage money. My grandfather used to say, no sooner than you get some money, it run through your hands like water, right? Because you don't know what to do with the funds that you have, right? So the basics, we think everybody know the basics, but some people don't know the basics. What are the basics? I know everyone should have a checking account, right?
Yes, so everyone should have a checking account. You want to have a savings account as well. And also, you want to look at your expenses overall. So if you have, you want to be able to write out your expenses, you want to be able to know where they're going to, and then you want to be able to just kind of manage it to where you're aware of everything. So again, I'm sorry, going back to uh, writing down all of your expenses. So we have your fixed expenses. Those is your mortgage payment, your auto insurance, your life insurance, and then you have your discretionary expenses. Those are entertainment, you going out to eat, things you want to do, not necessities, but things that you want to do. So you want to make sure that you have your necessary expenses and then you have your unnecessary expenses and you're well aware of them. Another thing, if you're setting goals, for instance, if you want to purchase a home or if you want to purchase a car, you want to cut back on those unnecessary expenses and you want to be able to strategize and get a game plan together and execute. So that's part of managing money, looking at all of your expenses, knowing what's coming in, knowing what's going out. Also, if you have debt, you have to reduce your debt. You want to manage your debt as well. So there's a whole lot of ways that you can look at, how to manage your money. But the first thing is learning about money, gaining knowledge. Again, getting those basic skills, knowing the basic principle, how money works, making your money work for you. I was just
Hey, that's my favorite part. Making your money work for you. You said something powerful. You were talking about the managing the money, but when you mentioned goals, sometimes I think people are missing financial goals, right? Like, what is your goal for retirement? What is your goal in the next 3 years, the next 5 years? What are some savings goals that you want to have? I think about my father. He used to tell me in college, you want to live like a Viking, so that when you grow up, you can live the life you want to live, right? So that's cutting those those wants, right? You can't buy a pair of shoes every week. You may only can buy one once a month if you're trying to do something bigger and larger. So those are the financial sacrifices that you make for the greater financial goal. Would you say?
That is correct.
All right
That
now, all right. Daddy gave good wisdom. He gave those nuggets you don't be ready for. So listen, that's the basics, but listen, I have found out in preparing for the show, I always like to gain new knowledge. Here's what the little birdies are telling me, that women are making this money. We making the money like that. We securing the bag like that.
facts, all facts. So as you can see, there are more women business being created. If you look around, women are dominating mostly in every career area. The field that I'm in is mainly a male white dominated field. But as you can see, there's more women that are in this field, more African American, more of our that are in this field that's dominating. And so it's a beautiful thing to see us soaring in all areas of our life. And so that's part of like my mission and my passion is to see, women winning, to see women walking in purpose. And yes, we are, we're soaring. It's our season, it's our time.
Come on, and we soaring in money, right? So do you think that this is due to some investing? What's up with the investment world? What's happening?
I think it's just us gaining more knowledge, as you mentioned, about the investment world. Because you look at this, when I was growing up, I saw the stock market and I wanted to learn about it, and I did. But then I found out about the foreign exchange.
Oh, let's talk about the foreign exchange.
Completely changed my world because with the foreign exchange, you can make money if the market go up or down. It's just a matter of, reading the charts and um following the news because the news is very important when you're trading. I trade.
Come
And
on
so
now.
very lucrative. You can make a lot of money, but also I will say this, whenever you're investing, whenever you're trading, you want to be very disciplined. You want to be consistent. And when you win, you can stop trading. Trading is available 24/7. That's the beauty of trading. But then you cannot get addicted to it. I'll say that you have to
Oh, help me, help me. You
have to
might
be.
get bit.
Yeah, so it's a lot of ways that you can invest. I think the most important thing before you start investing is you do have to have that proper protection. You want to have that solid foundation. So the first thing that you should have is life insurance. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that word, life insurance, but it's so important because you can see there's a lot of GoFundMe's that come up when people pass away. And so you don't want to leave your loved ones, struggling, trying to raise money for your burial, to put you, in the ground. And so you want to be able to set that solid foundation first. So anytime I sit with someone, I make sure that they have the solid, which
In the ground. And so you want to be able to set that solid foundation first. So anytime I sit with someone, I make sure that they have the, which
So I want to make sure again that they have the solid foundation, and then from there you build. So knowing, again, going back to your debt management, controlling your debt. And then also emergency funds. You have to have an emergency. So any or you can easily go get liquid cash, and you're able to do what you need to do. And that last thing is investing. So I don't talk to people about investment until they have all those other uh, financial concepts in order. And so that's very important. And then another thing, going back to trading, and looking at retirement. So
Right.
that's diversifying your portfolio. You may be older and you may not want to trade, but and you may just want to be in an annuity, or you may have a 401k, but you want to look at it as a whole. And so it's very important, to have your finances in order and to learn and gain knowledge about everything. Don't be closed minded to trading, because I promise you, I made a lot of money in one day, and I was oh, and
And
so
here's the thing you said that was real powerful. There's multiple ways to get yourself financially together. And you mentioned something so important about life insurance, because a lot of people do not have that. And I tell people at least start with the base, right? Some people don't even know when you have a life insurance policy and you own a home, you need to talk about that too, because that home is very important to your life insurance. And a lot of people did not know that. I
yeah,
was
so
one of those people.
yes, that's mortgage protection. That's part of what we do.
Yes,
To make sure that, God forbid you leave this earth, you want to make sure that mortgage is paid off. And if you have children, they're able to own that home. They don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's a very important topic to discuss within the household.
that's true. And that's the start of financial legacy, right?
Yes.
People do
Legacy,
not think about that.
inheritance. Like, you don't
Yes,
lot of you like growing up just in the industry, because I've been in the industry for over 10 years now, and I work with a lot of different companies, uh, a lot of financial institutions. And what I've seen is that a lot of these families, they leave a big inheritance for these children. So when these children are going off to college, they're able to buy houses, cars, and they
yep,
have 29 college funds where they're paying for these things tax free. But we don't learn about that until later in life. A lot of times when people are born, you have people that are starting trust funds right away. For example, this 1 year old, a baby shower, they were giving checks and they put checks within a trust fund. When I was working for Fidelity, they were coming bringing checks to place into a child's trust fund. And
that's it. That sounds like a great 1 year old birthday party. Let me write that down from a new little great baby that's coming. We having a first birthday party, trust fund party.
yes, it's so important to start early.
Yeah,
Policies, set up the 529 college fund so that when they go off to college, everything is tax free. It's a tax write off. Also, Roth IRA for kids. Put that money over to the side, save it tax free. Once they hit a certain age and they have the Roth for about 5 years, all of that money is tax free, even the earnings. So it's so important to learn about money. Like, taxation is so huge. Another very important thing is like retirement planning. A lot of people don't understand that with 401ks, depending on how you're contributing to a 401k, you may not be paying taxes now, but once you retire, you're probably going to get hit with a lot of taxes. And that's not good, because you worked all of your life over all of these years. And
right,
Uncle Sam is taking half or a portion of your retirement. So you always want to know, even though I'm saving now, what does that look like once I retire? Even with a pension plan, if you have one, run an estimate. See what happens when you reach the age 65. How much would my monthly income be? Do I qualify for a lump sum? You want to look at all
right,
of those. I know for me, when I was looking for jobs, I was asking them the questions. So, what type of retirement plan do you have? Are you paying for my college if I want to
right.
school? Do you offer life insurance, health insurance, vision and dental if I retire? Do I have those
Right.
benefits? These are all important questions that's all part of, those basic financial concepts.
That's
Learning
true. And here's the thing. A lot of times people don't know to ask that in an interview, right?
they
So that goes to career readiness literacy. And that's why it is so important that parents really invest in teaching their kids, right? Um,
yes.
a, a friend of mine fell out with me because they were having a tough time. And I said, well, you're catering some things to your kids. But have you ever thought to sit down with your kids to let them know what it takes to run the house, what it takes when we buy groceries, how much it is? Those are the base things for financial literacy for your kids. And unfortunately, in Black and brown communities, we're taught to be quiet. You don't tell the business. We just make it happen. We do what we do. But our kids fail because they have no knowledge of finance, nothing, no allowance, nothing to give them that responsibility to understand financial literacy. And then when they get to college, they get in debt because nobody told them, and they're giving them a credit card. They don't understand interest, right? And then by the time they're 25, they're bankrupting. That's a statistic right now in the
It's
Black and brown community. So, we're not just talking investing tonight in life insurance and retirements. You need to invest in your children and make sure your children understand money,
and
because
it's
they don't
break
understand it when you buying everything in Walmart every time you go and buying a pair of Michael Jordan gym shoes and every video game you could think of. And then when it's time for them to save for college, you have no money to send them to school. And the one thing they want to do is to go to school. You can't afford to help them. Uh-oh, I didn't get fired up. They didn't get me fired up.
it's
Let
just
me
it's breaking it's breaking those generational curses.
come on.
It's like killing that poverty mentality.
Yep.
You like a lot of violence, it comes from, that lack of money, the lack of knowledge. You hear about people being robbed. That's because the individual want to make a quick dollar.
Yep.
And so the
Isn't
lack
that
of
all?
yeah, the lack of money, we have to continue to educate. If you know something and I don't know it, tell me about it. It's okay. We can all win. It's
We
a
can all win. We can listen, because who provide for us and make room for all of us to win is all I'm saying. Why we all can't get along, right? So listen, what can you offer? What can you offer the people that's listening?
So I am doing financial workshops every single week. I just did one on financial stewardship, the biblical approach to financial security. So I
Oh,
touched
come on.
things about setting goals, short-term and long-term goals,
Why you didn't
prioritize.
put me in that class? I need the knowledge too.
I'll put the replay up. So I'll put the replay up. Prioritize.
Yeah.
When you initiate strategies, you want to have a game plan so that you can execute any goals that you set in place. Also, following the Bible, having those biblical principles. In the Word, God, I think it was Matthew 25:21, where God talks about, I gave you a little and you did so well with it. So now
Yeah.
He's more.
Come on. Come
So,
on.
like,
He
look at
will
your
enlarge that thing. Don't
life,
get started on the lines this evening, right?
how you do with the small first.
That's it. That's
He can
it.
And so for me, I provide the financial workshops. I'm also a licensed financial professional. Again, I have been in the business for over 10 years, but I just became independent 3 years ago. So I'm building my agency currently. And so I offer services life insurance, retirement planning, estate planning, college planning. I
Come
also
on.
health insurance, vision, dental coverage if you need it. Come to me. Long term care is so important.
It's so important. People do not realize, listen, I
Yeah,
told somebody I know that was retiring, when you retire, I need to know what your benefits are in case you get sick, right? We don't think about nursing home, rehab, or anything. And I think about caring for some family members, and I'm grateful. that they made decisions for that type of thing because they may not have understood it, but they had it, and I was able to understand it for them, and that saved us money. We were not in any type of financial debt, so that's it's important that we have this type of information. We really do. So listen, you doing all of this financial planning. Listen, have you put together a packet for new mothers? Oh, I done went in another realm. I think every new mother should have a financial packet
So I can certainly
on
put that together. A
what
financial.
they need for their new baby. Like, this is what you need to consider when your baby is born. This is how much you'll probably need to put in this to position for your baby.
Yes, because a lot of people don't understand. If you start when they're a child, by the time they hit 12, 14, 15, they can be a millionaire.
What are you saying? Listen, we gonna break it right here. I have a referral for you. She'll be a
Uh,
new mother next month. I'm gonna refer. We gonna get their little baby some stuff in place. Listen, it stops. When do we break the cycle? Like you say, you have to leave a legacy. You have to, what one generation didn't do, the next generation could do, and then what you might not have did, allow that next generation to get it. Oh my goodness, this is good. Listen, I
have
do
to,
need to read. I want the replay of that financial stewardship though, man.
and I have to say this. So when you're working for a job and you're planning for retirement, you want to make sure you want to see what that job is offering you. But this, 10 years out of the industry, people saved up for retirement. But when they retired, they wasn't able to spend the money the way they wanted to because either they got sick or they passed away or something happened major, they lost all of their money. So even though you're saving, please take time out, take a vacation, do some things
Hello.
with you. Don't just work a job all your life and not spend time with your family. Because what I've learned is some jobs they really don't care. It's
Come
sad
on.
they don't care. If you're in dire time off, if you need vacation, sometimes they don't want to give it to you. So that's why I say, like, save your money, but also spend some money. Take a vacation. It's okay to go
Spend
on a
some
trip.
money. Take a vacation. Use that. Use those days that you're required to get. I know people that go a whole year and don't use no vacation time.
Don't let that roll up. Do a staycation. I live in Chicago. Staycation downtown with my family. We went
That's
to a lot
it.
of places. You have to enjoy your life. I'm telling you, I've talked to a lot of people, and sometimes when I got off the phone, I could feel their pain. I can recall speaking to a lady. She was married. Both of her, they worked for the same company. Her husband passed away, and she didn't want to do anything. She was just waiting for her time so that she could be with her husband. In her account, she had millions.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to some people where they work their whole life, but they work for their children. Like they'll tell me like I have this money saved, so when I do go on, this money will go to my children. And I've had calls when I was working in the industry where people will call in and report death, and then you have families that's fighting over money.
Oh my goodness. Come
No,
on. Falling
you
out, not talking,
you can
feuding.
you have to communicate. You have to, love is just, you just have to love. That's part of everything. That's connected with everything, love. But
Yeah,
just being in communication with one another. um Again, going back to the principles, you have to implement these principles
that's
within
right.
your life, and have those money talks around the table at dinner. Talk about multiple streams of income. There's
Right.
so
What you doing to make money? It's funny because today I was with a girlfriend and my sister, and we were talking about trading, and we were talking about the money, and it was just a basic, quick conversation. It wasn't a lot, but a lot of people don't want to talk about nothing money, nothing.
money
But you
is
have
a to be used. Make the
Come on,
money
say it again. Money is a tool to be used.
used. Don't let money use you. Use it.
Come
You can do it
on. That's
in this
true.
world.
That's true. And we don't, we don't think about it in that way. And one thing about this topic, you can go on and on. Everything from investing, even some people in business need to consider their business finances, positioning their business for some things. So let me ask you this as we wrap up. I know you gave us some tips of life insurance and retirement plan. What are some small things that people can do to position themselves for wealth?
So again, one thing is basically just looking at your finances. You want to create a portfolio. What is a portfolio?
Okay, some people don't know what a portfolio is.
Right. So, what is a portfolio? So, you want to have your money in different buckets where it's making money. So, for an example, you can put it in safe investments like an annuity where money can be grow over time. And you can save it, you can put it in an annuity and it can stay there for 10 years where it's just growing. And so, maybe you have 30% of money and then you can put 20% maybe in stocks and bonds. And so those are stocks where you can like invest in Apple or you can invest in Starbucks, your regular places that you go to. If you shop at Nike, buy some Nike stock, own Nike,
Right.
ownership.
Why would
Basically,
you be spending all that money on their store and you not even get a piece of the pie? Okay, let me let you finish.
bucks every day. Buy some Starbucks stock. Like look
Mhm.
at the stock market as well, stock investments. And then again, you have the trading world. Again, I love to trade. You just have to get with the right people, I think, with trading. Because with trading, I think one day I made a couple of stacks.
Right, right. Listen,
So
I was
diver-
bragging on you today, girl. I promise you I was.
you
I'm
gotta
in
know.
the listen,
All right, go
I'm
ahead.
in a good place, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, you got to know how to diversify your portfolio. So just mainly looking at different avenues, different buckets that you can place your money into for your money to grow. And then also if you have access to with your employer with an employee stock purchase plan or with a 401k. 401k, make sure you're contributing Roth. And if you need more information or just education, you can reach out to me and I'll go into more details with the 401k. If you have a pension, look into that more. So just basically having your money in
In
different
multiple places.
multiple
And they
places.
can make place for you. Now listen, now I have people that's gonna say, how much that start to get, how much that cost to get started. So I tell people a good insurance policy, life insurance base, can start you as low as $25, right?
Yes. Life insurance is very, very it's a low price product. But another thing with life insurance, there is something that's called cash value life insurance that people don't understand, but cash value life insurance, you can grow money within a life insurance policy and you can pull it out tax free. So there's a lot of benefits with life insurance. It's not just for, if somebody passes away. Again, this can be an inheritance, this can be something as a legacy for your children. So again, there's a lot of different ways that you can invest. There's a lot of different ways that you can, diversify your money. It's just you
Okay.
talks. You got to be able to and be open.
Be oh, I tell people that your financial advisor is like your doctor. Don't be in there lying about your money, right? Get your money right. I mean, it's true because sometimes people are uncomfortable, like I have to share. Honey, listen, their desire is to help you get your finances together. They don't care if you come with $100. They're gonna take your $100 and try to help you with what you need. So insurance can start as low as $25. What about some stocks?
So stock investments, again, just going back to what stores that you shop at and then doing your research. So a lot of information, all information is public. So if you ever want to know how a company is doing, you can just go research and it'll tell you, in the last 5 years how the
How
how the
much?
or if it went down or what years, but it'll let you know what happened during those years. Like if a company was filing bankruptcy, it'll let you know that. During the pandemic, a lot of stocks was low, so a lot of people got in low, and now they're
Hey, hey, hey.
high.
That was a move for the people. I
Definitely.
wanna thank you. Okay.
Thing I wanted to touch on is always think ownership. So, owning property, real estate, that is so important too. Uh, becoming owners. I say procrastination is one of the main causes of failure. So start saving. Do not procrastinate.
Don't procrastinate. Start now.
Yep, discipline and consistencies are very important keys. So if you stay consistent in something and you stay disciplined, you'll succeed. And that's something like that I use for myself when I'm trading. Because again, you have to be very disciplined when you're trading.
Right, right. So let me say this for those people as we begin to wrap up. It is a very crucial time, right? We're in a society where there's a lot going on. As the old people say, don't be caught with your underwear down. Get your money in order. Start small if you need to and go high. And if you high, take some few risks to go higher. That's
Yes.
what I would say, right? Because we do have to think about that. And then, of course, Sabrina and I we function in that world of stewardship. So that is very good for you to have being a steward over your finances, management one-on-one stewardship. Hello, right? Some of y'all need to tithe. Your money jacked up because you don't tithe and you don't sow into nothing. Everything is, I don't have money for that. That's not in my budget. Okay, well, it's not in your budget, but you got on a pair of $300 shoes and some red bottoms. Okay, let me be nice. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. We got to do a part.
Listen, we had a quick 30 minutes. If you need the additional time, you need to find Sabrina. You can find her in Chicago. The information has been across the screen. She needs to put me on her books. How about that? When she get off, I need to get on the books. Make sure I'm Gucci, as the kids say, right? Share the information. Get out there. Make sure that you're helping out. As we wrap up, is there anything, one last thought that you could think of that you would want the people to know about?
Do not allow money to use you. Use it.
Yes, say it again.
So
Do not allow money to use you.
you use it. So allowing your money to work for you in all areas of life.
Come on. That's it. She told you. Don't allow money to use you, use it. Guys, thank you so much for a great season of Lolita's Corner. I will definitely miss you in my time away. I will see you in fall of 2022, and you will see me do a pop up about hot relationships and dating in the next couple of weeks. Thank you, Sabrina. Everyone, have a good evening. Take care.